Welcome back. You are tuned in to IBL, inspired by Onika, speaking on life and inspiring people. Hey everybody, welcome back to the IBL podcast, speaking on life and inspiring people. So today, this is episode 51, and this is the third edition of Bonus Bulletins. And today we're going to talk about no tax states and also sports. So, with all the inflation, everything's expensive. Rents are high. The prices of homes, those are rising as well. But we all know that the real estate market, it has its ups and downs. So that one is not too new. Also, gas prices with everything going on with the U.S. and Iran and some other places. And then also the price of food, just everything is just really high. The cost of everything is just really high. So there are a couple of states where there are no individual taxes. And you might not think that makes a difference, but it really can. And I know that the states where we have to file our taxes, we only do this once a year, but it can really add up and it can really affect, you financially, especially if you're someone who has to pay back when it's that time of year to file your taxes. So there are a couple of states, it's less than 10 of them actually, with no personal individual tax. So some of those are Alaska, and then Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Wyoming, and Washington. So all those states, there's no personal or individual taxes that you have to pay. So it really does add up and it helps. It really does help the bottom line. So maybe in your retirement years, you might want to think about if you want to move to one of those states, if you're not already living there. And it just may help during those retirement years because when you retire, of course, you don't have that steady income as if, like a salary from when you're working. Even though you may have your pension, your 401k, your IRA and things like that. So let me just highlight a couple of things, some of these states, some other reasons you may want to look into some of these states. So Wyoming, for example, not only do they don't have the individual taxes, but they have low property tax rates as well. So if you were thinking about buying a home, they do have low property tax rates because there are some places that they have, ridiculously high property taxes to own a home. So it just makes you think twice. So Wyoming, low property tax. Let's see. So South Dakota. So they have a modest sales tax. So that's one little thing about South Dakota. And then if you were to live in Alaska, they receive an annual permanent fund dividend. So basically, they're kind of paying you to live there. I know when you think of Alaska, it's dark for most of the day. So some people may not want to live there because of that. It's cold there as well. So, but that's an incentive. So they kind of pay you to live there. So for Florida, there's, of course, no tax, no individual tax. And also with your retirement withdrawal, they don't tax you for that if you make a withdrawal from your retirement account, dividend income. And there's no estate tax as well for the state of Florida. And then, let's see, New Hampshire, they have no state sales tax at all. So let's see, Texas, Let's see here. For the state of Texas, there's no corporate tax. Okay. There's no retirement income or estate transfer fees. So that's also a good thing for the state of Texas. And then also another place that has low property tax is Nevada. Okay, so let's see. Yep, so Nevada and Wyoming both have low property taxes. So those are just some things to think about if you are thinking about relocating. If you're near any of these states or these are places you are looking into that you want to move to save some money, keep some of that in your pocket. So, there's other things about these particular states that you can also research and find out what works best for your family situation or your individual situation. So those are just some that you might want to look into. All right, so now we're going to move into sports. So I'm going to highlight Asia Wilson. So the season is going to be starting in May, but you can catch some games this month as well. So Asia Wilson, she's number 22 on the Las Vegas Aces. And let me tell you, she is up there with some of the greats. She's up there with the elites, okay? So let's see. Asia Wilson, she's a 4-time MVP winner, 3 championships with the WNBA. And then also in 2025, she was named by Time Magazine as the Defensive Player of the Year for the 3rd time. Okay. Now that may not sound like a lot, but let me tell you that's some achievement. Those are some accomplishments. And not only that, okay. So Asia Wilson, she's the first between the WNBA and the NBA to win Finals MVP, regular season MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year all in one season. Okay, let's just give her flowers. Give her flowers. Come on now. Come on. What can you say? Okay, so she's also won some medals in the Olympics. And now here's another one. So she's only one of 4 players, okay? One of 4 to win 4 MVP trophies before the age of 30. Okay, now the other 3 people that's in that category with her, and like I said, some of the greats, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James. Okay, one of 4. All right. Now tell me if she's not doing her thing. She's had a great season, a great basketball career, just all over. Now it hasn't always been glamorous, of course. I mean, nothing ever is, but also I'm not done. So University of South Carolina, she helped them win a championship. And you will also find a statue of her, a bronze statue of her on the campus at University of South Carolina. Right? Now tell me, like I said, she's just doing her thing. And I'm so proud of her. That's just great. Those are some great accomplishments. It really are. And like I said, she's the first in the men's and women's basketball to win the Finals MVP, regular season MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year all in the same season. That ain't nothing small. Okay, let's just know that. Okay, now also check out her book. Excuse me. Check out her book, Dear Black Girls: How to Be True to You. And so I don't know if y'all remember Dawn Staley. She was also a basketball Hall of Famer player and coach. So what she had to say about the book Dear Black Girls is Asia embodies the true spirit of what it means to be inspiring, always pushing herself and others to be the best versions of themselves. It's a joy and an honor to see her book and know her story and how this will impact all women. That's what Dawn Staley had to say about the book. Now, I haven't read it yet, but it's next on my list. Okay, I'll be getting into that one pretty soon. So I just want to congratulate Asia Wilson on all her accomplishments. But one thing too that I read that she said, I believe it was Time Magazine. She said, there's somebody out there that's going to try to take your job. You need to make sure you are great at it every single day. Okay, let me say that again. I don't think y'all heard me in the back. There's somebody out there that's going to try to take your job. You need to make sure you are great at it every single day. And that's true. And that applies to a lot of different things in life, not just sports. But anyway, that is the bonus bulletin episode. This is the 3rd edition. Thank you for listening, and check out her book, Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you again for listening. And drop a comment. Let me know what you liked about this episode, what you didn't like. Also, share the episode, leave a like. And again, I appreciate you all for listening. And this is the end of episode 51. Until next time, stay well and be blessed. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the IBL podcast. You can hear this and all episodes on the Podbean app, YouTube, and Spotify. Until next time, stay well and be blessed.